Next up, we have To the Stars Shining in the Depths from the Genshin Impact Footprints of the Traveler Volume 3 soundtrack. Once again, everybody, this is a Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician and composer, and my objective here is to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what is happening here, musically. So, if you like the sound of that, make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever term you're gonna use, like the video, share the video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, become a member. Once again, everybody, don't forget to join the Discord server, the gaming channel, how to request songs if you're not on the live stream, members getting early access to the content. I have a spiel for this and a bunch of other things at the end of this video, so stick around for that. Disclaimers showing on your screen right now, so go ahead and pause the video to read them in full. Otherwise, please be patient with me. I am acoustic and guitared, so please keep that in mind. With that, let's go ahead and do this. To the Stars Shining in the Depths. Let's go. Okay, so we start with two main layers. We have the bass synth here, giving us a little bit of rhythmic variation. We're going from straight eighth notes to triplets, then straight eighth notes to sixteenths, I believe, or a combination. Then we have the clock ticking, and you can hear going from straight eighth note to the triplets, and then the sixteenths notes. So we're having these kinds of rhythmic variations. Still no sign of a motif, but I love this. Let's see where it goes. All right, percussive. Okay, and we engage in a little bit of rhythmic displacement. The rhythmic displacement, as the name suggests, is when you displace something in the rhythm so that you're either pushing something down so that it sounds earlier, so it sounds later, or you're rushing something up so that it sounds earlier. In this case, what did we do? We employed silence to bring in this first drop. Really cool. Now we're having a synth giving us a very, very slow melody, which I believe could contain potentially our initial motif. Motif being the smallest version of your musical idea, the CDS is from which everything else comes from. And yes, I would say this kind of rhythmic displacement is what I call going off the ramp. Off the ramp being a colloquial term that I use. Colloquial, by that I mean there's no official academic definition for this, or at least I'm choosing not to use it for the sake of simplicity. And off the ramp is type of transition, makes your listener feel suspended up in the air at the mercy of inertia, waiting to see where you land, kind of like going off a ramp. How do you do this? Remove the drums, maybe the bass. In this case, just bringing silence and just fading back in, giving us that landing strip. Really cool. Let's see where this goes. Oh, there's the koto. Okay, so we do end up having another melody in the background with the actual motif, the actual melody there with the plucked instrument, which I'm gonna say it's a koto. I think it's a Japanese koto. This one over here, really, really good. It's either a koto. I think it's a koto because I don't think the shamisen sounds like this. Anyway, let's see where this goes. It might not be, no. Might be another instrument. But I'm gonna call it a koto for the sake of simplicity. And now we are seeing a little bit of syncopation from the bass. So syncopation is another way of rhythmic displacement when you play against the beat or against your metronome. In this case, what are we seeing? We are seeing the bass hitting when the drums aren't. So we are getting bum 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 from the bass. There's a very common technique for this. That was my computer. There's a very common technique for this. And no, random humor, we just haven't gone to that yet. Let's see where this goes. Speeding up, building up, dropping the beat, rhythmic displacement off the ramp. Extra rhythmic displacement. Chopping the... Okay, that was excessive, but it worked. So, when you're making music, you're doing one of two things. You are building tension or you're resolving that tension. That point in between, we usually call the cadence. Now, the type of thing, what we did just now was employing several types of rhythmic displacement to push down that moment of resolution. So we ended up making it very, very far apart. And what did we do? We used silence. Silence creates phantom tension. Then we ended up employing some extra sounds, which gave us another extra bit of tension. Then more silence, more phantom tension. And the problem is that the more you use these, the more you start running into diminishing returns. And in this case, right before we were about to hit the diminishing returns, we actually dropped the beat, which was now a lot more pronounced than it would have been if we had just done the usual build-up drop right after it. So very fine line that that is being done over here. Very, very fine line that the composer danced with over here. But it worked. Let me go back a couple of seconds. Let's see where this goes. There we go. And now for the drop, we are engaging in a call and response. We're doing a new version of the motif, and we're doing call and response. Call and response, musical conversation. Excuse me, just hit the microphone. Musical conversation in which we can hear it. The call is being done by a reduction of the motif. A reduction is a way that you can develop your material in which you play a shorter or a sped up version or a faster version. In this case, we can hear it. It used to take a lot longer for the motif to play out. Now it's played throughout a very short amount of time. That is the call, and we're having the drum and bass being the response. Let's see where this goes. It's really cool. Oh, and by the way, along with the bass, we are having a low horn section. So we have a trombone and a tuba, I think, playing. So the trombone being the one with the slide, and the tuba being the really, really big one. That's the biggest, one of the biggest ones in terms of the brass instruments. So I think we're having that samples probably of that in a synth, still working really, really well. By the way, if you meet somebody that is in a marching band and plays a tuba, like even if it's a sousaphone, even if it's a sousaphone, like the sousaphone is the version that you wrap around your body. If you know somebody that plays a regular tuba in a marching band, fear that person. Do not ever anger that person. Because these tubas are upwards to 20 kilograms, around 45 pounds in weight. Look at how awkward these things are. There's a lot of air that you need to displace for these things. Like, you have to have really good lung capacity for these things. Then comes the marching band part. You are playing to the beat with a tuba, either holding it or carrying the whole weight on you, displacing the air while power walking to the beat and keeping information with a bunch of other people. That's a lot. That's a lot. You ever piss off somebody like that, you start running, not only will they outrun you, they will completely overpower you in every single way you can possibly imagine. Like, these people, like, yes, this guy might look geeky and whatever. He will outrun you and your entire generation, and like 5 generations in your family. Like, he will be able to just do that. Dirty Paws, welcome today. How you doing? So, thank you for the analysis. Nation remakes. Really wasn't expecting a little embarrassed in someone else remakes. There's many things I had better the track. Really enjoyed analysis. Thanks again. Greetings for Colombia. Hey, Colombiano, nice. Well, appreciated. Thank you. And hey, happy to be of service. Welcome today, by the way. Hey, and that's the beautiful thing about music. We learn. Like, if y'all ever want to see where my music has been, I have a SoundCloud. I have my old SoundCloud where I have my old music, my old projects. SoundCloud.com/JamesRBasterd. That's where I have my first stuff when I was first starting out with my solo composer journey. Not great. And Megumi. So yes, Dirty Pulse. Hell yeah. And by the way, if you ever need anything for music, solo me avisas, okay? Yeah, I speak Spanish as well. So yeah, you can see the evolution of my music from there, and then my Spotify. It's right there. You can see how things change over time, right? So yeah, we're having this going on. What? But what if I want to outrun you? What if I want to outrun you? Huh? What if I want to outrun you? Let's see where this goes. There's the triplets again. Call and response still. More textures off the ramp again. synth, mostly texture stuff. Piano, synth, playing probably the chords we were playing before, just now holding them down instead. Ooh. Violins holding those very high, mysterious notes. Ayako, welcome today. How you doing? Slowly bring in variation of the motif. Yes. Okay, we bring in a quick, complete 90-degree turn. We bring in a guitar solo. We switch over to a metal band. We now swap the bass synth with an electric guitar, and we bring a guitar doing probably an inversion of the motif or a guitar solo. The Neuvillet leitmotif. Okay, so it's a leitmotif. Okay, excellent. So a leitmotif is a version of a motif that is basically a motif reused in a separate piece of music for the purposes of referencing back to the original piece. This was a term coined by Richard Wagner during his Ring Cycle operas. It's 4 operas. It's a tetralogy, quadrology, I don't know how to say it. 4 operas that tell the same story. That's anywhere between 12 and 16 hours of music. So he decided to make things more efficient for himself, and one of the things was coming up with the term of the leitmotif. For example, in the first opera, Das Rheingold, this is a Norse mythology kind of thing. So, you know, there's Odin, there's Valhalla, there's Loki, there's the giants, that kind of thing. And whenever Valhalla is mentioned, for example, the theme of Valhalla, right? Whenever Valhalla is mentioned or shown or referenced in any way, you will hear the Wagner tubas playing their melody, or whichever other instruments playing their melody. And this happens throughout the entirety of the work. The original motif is the Valhalla motif, and then afterward, every single other iteration is a leitmotif. So, every leitmotif is a motif. Not every motif is a leitmotif. A leitmotif becomes a motif becomes a leitmotif when the composer uses that motif again in a future piece to reference back to the beginning, to the first original version. If you are not the composer and you use the motif of somebody else, that is not a leitmotif, that is a quote. Okay, so do not mix these two up. These are two separate things. So, for example, if you see somebody making like a Megalovania cover, they are playing the Megalovania motif, but it's not a leitmotif version. It is a quote, or a tribute, or an arrangement. Anyway, with that, let's see. Not the same person to both songs, and in this case, since this is the same series, in Genshin, for example, if it's the same franchise, you can have cases where a second composer could employ the leitmotif because it is still the same overall work. So it can get blurry. It can get a little bit gray area for these kinds of things. Anyway, let's see where this goes. Here we have... Oh! Harmonized! Guitars doing that build-up. Violins coming in. Very transitionary. Piano and violin. Piano playing a new version. Violins taking the rhythm. Solo cello. Solo cello with a motif. Variation of the motif. Cadence off the ramp. Cadence. Oh, tremolo and... Oh, yeah! So now we are bringing all of the ensembles together because we're just missing the Japanese one, but we bring back the electronic, we bring back the orchestral, we bring back the metal, and we put them all together. It's the climax of our piece. Usually the climax is going to be the last 1 to 2 minutes of your track, and right now you can see it. We are building up to it. We're still building up to it, but you can tell it's there. Let's see where this goes. brass, French horns, trombones, and tuba. French horn being the other one that you can use. This one is absolutely beautiful instrument. This one, the round one, the one that you have to play by sticking your hand into the bell, that one, right? So we are having we're having, oh my god. Okay, so we do one of the easiest things there are to bring pure drama to your music. Repeating the same thing or sequencing something an octave higher. Like, you can repeat the same melody, the same exact thing, and you just play it up in the register, and it's just gonna sound more dramatic. Like, let me give you a very simple example, right? This is a super basic melody. This melody is basically nothing. But what happened? It felt more and more intense as I played it higher and higher. It's that simple. So we're doing that right now with the thing. The bot wins again. Get good then. Get good. So yeah. So we're having this moment of build up. Very simple way of doing this. Let's see where this goes. Cadence. There we go. New rhythm from the drums. Violins, 2 sets of violins doing 2 melodies. Rhythmic displacement, cadence. And finishing with a beautiful, and we end up doing a bit of a deceptive resolution in terms of format. We don't do the bombastic landing. We do a very smooth string orchestra landing. So a string orchestra, if we bring an image of an orchestra, is going to be not a product. I can't buy one. So as you can see over here, there's the whole orchestra. The string orchestra is going to be all the ones that play the viol instruments. That's going to be the 2 sections of violins, the section of viola, section of cello, section of double basses. That is going to be your string orchestra. And of course, we also have the solo cello on top. Let's see where this goes. Adding flutes, percussion, piano, building up, and deceptive. Back to the cadence. And we end it with a half cadence. So, as I said before, right? Tension, resolution, cadence. Now, there is one type of resolution which is called the deceptive resolution or a deceptive cadence. Deceptive resolution / cadence. In which you don't go where the expectation is, because cadence, all cadence is the creation and resolution of expectations. That is all that it is. So, when you have a deceptive resolution, instead of doing this, you are doing this. That is the whole point of it. That is the whole point of it. And then, on top of that, we end up having this deceptive resolution ending in a half cadence. So, a half cadence, on top of that, a half cadence is when you create that expectation that you are going to resolve that one last note, and you don't. This gives you the momentum to be able to either resolve it in the following section, resolve it in the following piece or track altogether, or to loop back to the start. This is probably the best example we've had of a half cadence. You can hear that you're expecting that final note to hit that one last note that we have, that the expectation has been created and it doesn't resolve. This is very unusual format to have a deceptive resolution followed by a cadence, but here we have it. Of course, I've done it as well. Self-promotion time, by the way, warning, these are orchestral melodic death metal, so it's very intense music. But if you listen to my song Second Conquest, that one has a half cadence. It builds up. It has this intense, super intense moment in the outro, and it builds up. It doesn't resolve, but if you immediately after listen to my song As We March, also by me, then resolution, the cadence is resolved there. Cadence built up, half cadence in Second Conquest, resolved in As We March. Unlocking secrets with MS Paint. Look, somebody had to use MS Paint. Somebody had to do it right. Somebody had to do the whole MS Paint thing right, okay? So, with that, there you have it. That was To the Stars, Shining in the Depths from the Genshin Impact Footprints of the Traveler Volume 3 soundtrack. That was beautiful, dude. I loved it. Once again, everybody, this has been a Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician, a composer, and my objective here has been to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what's happened here, musically. So, if you're watching this on the YouTube video archive, thank you for watching. Make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever you're going to use. Like the video, share the video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, become a member. Once again, everybody, don't forget to join the Discord server. That's where everything gets announced first, whether it's the streams going live, videos going up on the channels, updates, projects, collabs, everything gets announced there first. Of course, we also have the community there where we chat, we hang out, we steal memes from other people's servers, claiming them as our own, and where I host the Vintage Story game server. It used to be a Minecraft mod, now it's its own standalone game. I prefer it over Minecraft, which is why I built a computer just to host it. Linked in the description. Join the community today, join this Discord today for that kind of thing. God damn it. Yes, also share these videos with your friends, with your families, with your family's friends, with your friends' families. Those are two very distinct concepts, by the way. With your online and offline communities, go share these videos with everybody that you know. Also use the hype function on YouTube. We have a group on the Discord that coordinates for that. Linked in the description. Go another reason to join the Discord. So go help grow the channel. Musicians, artists, or otherwise on YouTube or elsewhere, this is an open invitation. If you want any of my musical skills for any of your projects, whether it is my guitars, Mongolian throat singing, you know, the good old kind of thing, regular singing, voice acting, whatever it is, reach out, let me know, let's collaborate, let's work together, let's make stuff, right? And if you're in the audience and you know somebody that you would like me to collaborate with, reach out, let them know. Please do not harass anyone, please do not spam anyone, be cool about things, don't be a rat. Members get early access to the content. I schedule the videos for the week on Saturdays, and if you're a paid member on YouTube, regardless of your tier, you get access to the videos when I schedule them, at least for the LFAs. That's up to around 1 week in advance, so become a member today. If you want to listen to this without me interrupting every 3.5 seconds, I'll be linking in the description down below. If you want to request a song and you're not on the live stream, check the pinned comment on this video. It has the instructions on what to do. If you want to catch the streams when they happen live, we aim for Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Central European Time. We stream live on Twitch, YouTube, and Kick so that you can tune in from whichever platform you prefer. Again, 6 p.m. Central Europe. If you're not in Europe, do not worry. We have the full up-to-date streaming schedule showing in your local time zone in both Discord and Twitch. So if you live in Agua Fria Baja, lower cold water, and you're like, yeah, but what time is 6 p.m. in Hungary? I don't live there. Do not worry. Just go to Discord or Twitch, both linked in the description. Another reason to join the Discord, and it's going to show in your local time zone. And follow the gaming channel. I have a gaming channel because, of course, I have a gaming channel. I'm on YouTube. What could I possibly have? Games are Basterd. That's where I put the gaming after show recordings when they happen. Recorded live during the main channel's after show, and then the recordings go here. For example, recently we've been playing through my first ever playthrough of Hollow Knight. I've been loving it. Linked in the description, or just search on YouTube, same username as James R. Basterd. Just swap the J for a G, and you got it. And yeah, there you have it. To the Stars, Shining in the Depths. Really good stuff, man. Really good stuff. But yeah, let's move on.